Professor Jonathan Turley, before the first time I heard it. So I always say he coined this phrase, criminal menopause, that at 40 to 45 years of age, folks start going on a decline as opposed to committing crimes. So our bill is going through the legislature to give parole eligibility to everybody. And what happened was, he was there testifying about, what they do with the Project for the prisons. And when he coined the phrase about criminal menopause, and they said, well, when it sets in, he said, like probably about 40, 45 years of age. They took our bill, cut lifers out of it, and inserted 20 years in prison and 45 years of age, you're eligible for parole. And so when you hear me tell people sometimes being on the cutting edge of change, you don't benefit from the change you bring about, that's what happened to the 3,000 lifers that was in Angola at that time. And so 2045, 1990, Act 790 of 1990, created parole eligibility for everybody in the prison except lifers. And it caused a lot of static, and that's saying it nicely, because a lot of the folks we have been in this struggle with bailed. Because in that moment, I got a way out now. And so it became, sink or swim. And so the lifer was kind of like left again, holding the bag, trying to figure out what we're going to do. But we just kind of like, that was the birth of the Civics project. And even when we got 2045 done, it was like we continued to see how we can, be more inclusive, how we can rewrite it. And what happened was things are starting to be more repressive, because on a national level, we had the war on drugs was just kind of like really kicking up. The crack epidemic had just jumped off. The truth in sentencing was just starting to happen. They were in the hopper with the crime bill. And so we suffered retroactively from all of that stuff that was starting to happen around us that we had nothing to do with. Every time something happened outside, the legislature would get more stern, create rules, and apply them retroactively, which really meant they were applying them ex post facto to us, meaning you can't create a law that's going to punish people who've already committed a crime. But they were doing it and getting away with it. And so we just kind of like just dug in. We just literally dug in, the core group of us,